movement in Wales, it was clear to me that policy divergence existed. And in terms of social policy and in terms of the social policy objectives, it became clear to me that it was easier to get things done through the Welsh Government rather than the UK Government. And consequently, for me and increasingly my colleagues in the CAB movement, we want to see more powers devolved to the Welsh Government so they can get on with the job of achieving those objectives.
Very good. But isn't campaigning for social justice and against equality a sort of socialist aspiration, more in keeping with Labour than Plaid? I mean, would you then consider Plaid a socialist party? And if so, I mean, what do you think Plaid Cymru could offer voters, who are more interested in a business agenda or a more modern, forward-thinking vision of Wales?
Well, like any national movement, Plaid, of course, is a broad church. It's like a rainbow coalition of people from different political persuasions. But clearly, since our very onset, we've been a socialist party. In the 1930s, the great Llanybia-born economist D.J. Davies wrote The Economics of Welsh Self-Government. And that portrayed a vision of decentralist socialism, which is pretty different to what the Labour Party at UK level offers. That's a very centralist party, a centralist socialist party. Now, for me, for instance, if we're trying to appeal to the world of business, the great debate is, do you support a big business agenda, which we've seen from the Tories and the Labour Party at UK level, or do you promote your local small, medium-sized enterprises? That would be very much in tune with a decentralist socialist agenda. And if I can give one example that's happening at this very moment within this constituency is in Newcastle Emlyn. There's a big planning application in for a large superstore, a Tesco superstore, in the middle of the town, which will decimate the local business infrastructure of that town. Now, for me, the fight between small business and medium business against big business is a socialist fight, and I'm proud to say we'll be campaigning very hard against that application.
How's it going with that application at the moment?
Well, the first application was turned down. There were 20 reasons for that. But of course, the nature of the planning process, we've seen the Labour Party, what they've done at UK level really is take away the barriers within the planning process, which favours these large developments. We've seen a huge expansion in supermarket growth and large business, which has squeezed other sectors of the economy, the smaller size enterprises. And the planning process really is weighed towards the applicant often in these cases, because local councillors aren't allowed to offer a view during the process. If they offer a view, they lose the right to vote. So these sort of things are happening. And also in terms of the planning process as well, the big business will just come back with a second application, a third application, a fourth application. They will weigh you down. And unless we change the nature of the planning process, it's obviously going to be skewed towards these sort of developments.
And changing the nature of this type of planning process would be part of a more devolved assembly, then more powers. You'd have more power to be able to stop these.
Well, definitely. I think planning essentially is devolved to the Welsh Government at the moment. But I think the macroeconomic direction of policy has clearly been skewed towards big business. I think the thing that's been driving it from the Labour Party's point of view is that they thought that by promoting big business, of course big business would profit exceptionally from that, but they'd be able to run down prices. So disposable income amongst working people would increase. But the end result of that is that they've squeezed in the people in small and medium-sized businesses. So in economic terms, in terms of developing your own economy, it's been clearly regressive.